It's your energy. Hey. 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 It's all about your energy. Hey. 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 I know I felt like being quiet this morning. Okay? Someone's telling me to be quiet, okay? And just let the energy clear out. Hope you guys are doing well in good energy, good spirits, and attracting the life you desire because it's your birthright. We're coming through with another live message. Take it how it resonates in your life. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget, if you love the video, thumbs up, bell notification, and all, so that you're notified when we go live with more videos like this one.
Right. Morning, Grand Rising.
Hey, y'all.
Pray everyone is in good spirits this morning. God bless everyone. So we here, we pushing through, and we just gonna get a message out. Tap in right quick. See what Spirit is saying for today. Right? You know what it is, morning motivation. We here mostly every day. So
Okay. You know where to find us.
you know what it is.
Let's get a message out. Where you guys at? Where you guys from? What's going on this morning? I don't know. Be quiet. Silence. Sometimes silence is the most powerful energy that we can have. And I don't know. I was feeling that this morning. You know, I feel like I didn't want to break my silence for a reason. You could be feeling like this as well. You could be feeling like, you know, I'm tired of talking about things. I'm going to be quiet and let things play out. Something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Ooh. Right here.
Okay.
There you go. There you go, buddy.
That's what I'm looking for, y'all. Really get in this morning.
All right, let's see how I want to do this. I don't know. I feel like I want to. Let's see. All right. What does your higher self have to say this morning? Let's see. Two of Wands in the reverse. Okay. Need to make a choice, a decision. Okay. You know, when you have two wands, you can take them and evenly put them in the ground and be balanced. But when it's in the reverse, that means the wands are not on the ground. You know, I feel like something's not balanced here. Something's not stable. Your higher self is telling you, you already know this. Yeah, you could be needing to let go of something here with the Four of Pentacles coming out in the reverse. Yeah, higher self is saying, yeah, start in the verse. I don't know. I feel like your higher self is saying, why don't you have faith in a thing? Okay? Why don't you believe that you can do this? Why don't you believe that you can achieve this? Something like that. I don't know. I feel like your mind, you know, because sometimes wands can be mental as well, you know, right? Our magical part of ourselves. And I feel like, you know, there's something imbalance here. I feel like you could be really, I don't know, looking at a situation incorrectly with self, okay? I feel like you could even be lacking some kind of faith in something about yourself, maybe your spiritual gift, maybe, you know, your anointing, whatever it is. You could be doubting yourself maybe because, you know, when you hear people constantly doubting you, sometimes that subconsciously goes in your mind, but it says hang in there. Okay, hang in there, regardless to what's going on. Something about hang in there. I don't know. I feel like this is a very tricky energy here. Okay. Hang in there. You will encounter all kinds of difficulties on the road of life, but don't give up. Hang in there. It's like walking in the dark as long as you don't stop walking. You will always welcome the light. Believe in yourself. Perseverance is victory. Yeah, I don't know. You could be feeling like, I don't know, maybe you feel like you don't have the ability to get something done, but I feel like you need to look at something different here. You could be looking at something totally wrong. You could be underestimating yourself, is what I'm hearing, when it comes to a situation in your life.
Okay. All right, so I got the judgment out here in reverse, and it's being clarified by getting advice. So definitely somebody not saying it. Maybe you're not saying a bigger picture. Somebody's judgment is off. I'm gonna say that. And getting advice, it says, this is the footnote: seek guidance with an open heart, ready to learn and grow from the wisdom offered by others. See, look, it's out here, judgment in reverse, getting advice, right? This is the point where a lot of people run away from the channel because people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear something to tickle their fancy, right? This is not tickling your fancy. Your judgment is off about something, and you need to speak to somebody or get some advice from somebody who might have been at it a little longer than you, whatever the case may be. Your judgment is in reverse. And the Three of Cups in reverse to the Flames of Courage. I'm really not liking what I'm saying with this, because what I'm saying with this is, listen to this Flames of Courage. It says, ignite the flame of courage, lighting the path of bravery amidst shadows and fear. Amidst shadows and fear, with the Three of Cups in reverse, is a nasty energy. Like, you could be in the middle of a third-party situation. It doesn't have to be romantic. Somebody could be playing the 50 with you, in a sense. But I feel like you definitely in a blind spot for whoever this is resonating with. It's a third-party situation going on. I see you in the middle of it, and it says, ignite the flame of courage. So this is God or Spirit telling you to have courage amidst your situation. It says, ignite flames of courage, lighting the path of bravery amidst shadows and fear. So whoever this is, you got to begin to find your way out of it. And at the beginning, I said the judgment in reverse to getting advice. Then on the other side of getting advice is wise counsel. Maybe you need to talk to somebody about the situation that you're in, for whoever you are, right? Might not be everybody. Some people don't want to admit stuff like this, but somebody, you're in a tight spot. Being linked to somebody who linked to other people. That's a third party. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It doesn't have to be intimate. It can just simply be that you link to somebody and they link to other people. So it's causing your information to kind of be spread in a certain way. Now, the Page of Pentacles to the Vortex of Change, it shows you in a positive light, right? Assertive, enthusiastic, even a childlike energy. And maybe this is a change that you're going through. It says, engage with the vortex of change, where energy swirl in transformative dances, molding anew. This is very powerful. This is very high vibrational. The Page of Pentacles to the Vortex of Change. So maybe you could be shifting. Maybe you've shown courage and you're shifting out of a third-party situation. When it says molding anew, and I see the Page of Pentacles, I just feel like somebody in childlike energy, like adapt to transformation. Embrace change with open arms, for it is the catalyst for your evolution and growth. Somebody, you being urged along, like, this is definitely an encouragement to somebody. And again, at the beginning, before I tap out of this reading, don't be afraid of wise counsel and getting advice. Especially when it's a matter of really understanding that we all need somebody to learn from. And if you're not willing to learn from nobody, then you got to be very studious then. You got to go study. If you're not willing to learn, then you got to study on your own. Because at some point, you don't have a right to move forward with things that you're not studying for or earning or getting honestly. You can't be a charlatan, right? A spiritual charlatan is a person that just start, you know, you just, you uncertain and you take things without really reviewing them or examining them, and you start applying them to life without really learning them or knowing them. You gotta always say you gotta have some type of foundation. Like, you gotta know something. You can't just know the information of other people. Getting advice, wise counsel.
There could be a need to approach your goals differently, starting with small increments. So for example, maybe 10 minutes of reading per day, challenging yourself, throughout time to maybe make it 15 minutes, but starting with small increments to complete goals. I have apology and responsibility. I also have the Ace of Swords and the Page of Cups. I feel like somebody understands that they are responsible for some kind of apology here. Forgiveness, return, and sorry. The only way to truly be forgiven is to forgive. So there's no way around that. And it's our responsibility to forgive so that we can be forgiven. If you can't forgive, you can't move on in life. And that's just what it is. I feel like someone really received some kind of clarity, some kind of truth, some kind of mental stability here. Someone could be trying to offer some kind of advice. Someone could be trying to offer some kind of love, something like that. I don't know. Somebody's sorry about something. Maybe somebody looked at you wrong. Maybe somebody judged you incorrectly. Maybe somebody thought you were something that you weren't. Okay? If you haven't, if this is not you, if this is not somebody else, this could be you realizing that you owe somebody an apology, and it's your responsibility to forgive. I don't know, with the Ace of Swords here, I feel like there's some kind of truth here. Maybe someone found out a truth and they owe you an apology because they thought something was one thing, but it's something totally different. Whatever it is, there's a lot of different situations here. But with the Page of Cups here, I feel like someone wants to offer you something. Love, some kind of stable relationship. You could be in this could be like the beginning phases. The Page of Cups is like a young energy. Okay, maybe someone could be making you feel young and giddy or something like that, okay, in the love department. But I feel like there's some kind of truth here. And because this truth is here, a person is responsible for apologizing, forgiving, and trying to, move forward in a situation. Somebody could have lost one of their boots or something like that. How did you do that? Okay. And then we got something about fish, Pisces energy. I don't know if you're a Pisces, you ate fish last night. Maybe you don't like fish. Something like somebody can have like somebody, I just seen somebody and you're like, I don't eat tuna. Somebody doesn't eat tuna because they think it will make them smell or something like that. I know that's crazy, but that's what I just heard, okay? Somebody's like, I do not eat tuna. Maybe it could have been something that you were taught when you were young. Or something like that. But I don't know. Apologize where apologies are needed. Sometimes we walk around and we don't want to apologize for things, but sometimes a simple apology can fix a lot of things. So apologize. Something about roses. Your middle name could be Rose. Your first name could be Rose. Okay. Can I call you Rose?
Can I call you sweet like a flower? You can I call
something like that.
You Rose?
It goes something like that, right?
Can I call you Rose? I don't know, y'all.
This energy is very like,
So over here, I mean, it's basically, I feel like today, I'm just like, I feel like this is encouragement and this is advice that I'm giving today with the readings. Like, it's not too intense. It's just a reminder. You got the star to important parts. Now it says, embrace each element, weaving them into your story with openness and understanding. Important parts to the star. So I feel like in the whole scheme of things in your life, what is it that's important to you, right? And let me ask you this. What's holding you up from changing into a better version of yourself, right? What's that important that you need to hold on to, right? What's that important that you can't let go of that's going to cause you to change? That's the way I'm going to look at it, right? I'm going to play devil's advocate with the reading, right? What is that important? Is anything that important that you're holding on to? Because that blocks out progress sometimes. Like, you know how God is telling you to let go of something or put something down, but in your eyes, it's important. For you, you feel like, if I let go of this, I'm letting go a bit of, I'm not, we say, I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready to let go of that yet. Then that means that that's more important to you then. And I think that maybe you're just being called star energy to check what's important. What are you letting go? What are you afraid to let go of? 4 swords to steady progress. Now this is telling you to rest along the way. 4 swords to the steady progress. Patience is your ally. Patience is your ally. Celebrate each step forward, no matter the size. Now, what I really see with the 4 swords to the steady progress is improper rest is not going to get it there for you. Like, you're going to have to rest. You're going to have to get the rest that you need. And maybe for somebody, you're going to have to realize your work is never going to be what you want it to be until you learn how to get the proper rest. Like, you can't just work your way through everything. Like, it reminds me of a horse. Like, horses, they can sleep standing up, but they can't dream. They have to go into what's called REM sleep, where they got to actually lay down and go to sleep. And sometimes the owner has to lay the horse down in order for the horse to get rest. That's like us a lot. Like, some of us, like, it's a different, think about as a horse, right? Just relate to what I'm saying. A horse, they go all the way across the country, right? And they can sleep standing up. But the sleep that they getting on their feet is not really conducive to them. They need to lay down and get a deep sleep. And maybe somebody, look at this. Until you can reach that right there, to restore yourself, your work is never ever going to be, you're not going to perform your best at half mast. 9 cups, spirit link. So that's your wish fulfillment. And I feel like, honestly, I'm talking to a person that I can honestly say that is your wish fulfillment, your relationship with spirit. Like, it's your wish fulfillment. Like, you honor that. And I feel like people who honor that, it honors them back. Like, to somebody, maybe even more valuable than money is your link to spirit. Like, your spiritual condition that's your 9 of cups. That's your wish fulfillment. There's a good energy. Like, I like it. I feel like that sometimes. I ain't gonna lie and say perfectly, but,
Grounding came out. When grounding comes out, that means that it's time to slow down the mind, and work with the root chakra. Okay, your lower half. That means, taking a moment to come down. Be needing to get outside. There's a second chance here. We got second chance showing up. Second chance, reconciliation, making amends, and opportunities. I told you something about sorry. Okay, there's a second chance to reconcile a situation. You know, it takes a mature person to really want to reconcile a situation, though, because a lot of us, we got too much pride and ego. You know, there's things that can be fixed, but our pride and ego, we refuse to, fix things. I was talking to somebody, and it's sad. It actually breaks my heart. Some people would rather go to their grave without mending things that could be fixed than to just fix things that could be fixed. And it's a sad thing. But I don't know. There's a second opportunity here for someone. If you want to mend something, making amends, opportunity. I feel like there's just even opportunity, a second chance for opportunity. Maybe you feel like you missed something the first time, but anything that, left wasn't for you anyway. Queen of Pentacles, you could be working very, very hard here. You could be just a hard worker. You could be a person that just knows how to manifest things. Okay, something very significant about a rabbit or a hare. Okay, you could have like, I remember back in the day, they used to have like those little things they would put on the keychain. It was like a rabbit foot or a hare foot or something like that. You could still have one of those.
I saw one of those yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw it. I was looking at something and
you know what I'm talking about with the keychain?
with the tail on it.
Yeah. Okay. We get the High Priestess coming out number 2. Something about your ajna, your third eye chakra, the way that you see, your vision, your view with things. Your initials could be BJ, JB. Okay. I don't know. I feel like there's some kind of knowledge that you have within the sacred. Maybe people look at you and think that you're not very knowledgeable because of the way you look. Maybe people just look at you for the way you look and they don't really understand how intelligent or in tune that you truly are in this energy. Okay? Sometimes people don't know, yeah, look, the Ten of Cups is in the reverse here. I don't know. Maybe you could feel like unfulfilled because emotionally unfulfilled because maybe you're tired of proving yourself to people. Okay, I feel like that's why this second chance could be out here. Maybe you're just tired of explaining yourself to individuals and your happiness. You could be fed up with this. Yeah, with the Page of Swords. I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of gossip going around about you. Maybe there's a lot of just talk and you feel overwhelmed. I don't know. Maybe someone was talking and you want to give them a second chance. Whatever it is, I just feel like don't forget who you are. Okay? Don't forget who you are because you know what you know. You have this inner knowing, this inner standing of self, this inner awareness. Okay? Something significant about grapes is here as well. That could be your favorite flavor, favorite fruit. You could be needing to eat more fruit, incorporate, things that help your different chakra points. Like for the heart, it could be berries. Okay. And then we got the Four of Cups coming out in the reverse. I feel like if you were discontent with things at one point, you won't be anymore. Because when you live in your purpose, it allows you to feel complete. And, obviously you're living in your purpose because that's why you have this energy around this weird energy. I don't know, this weird energy. Like, do I forgive? Do I move forward? Kind of confusing energy. I don't know if this is you or someone else, but an energy like this around a High Priestess won't last long because confusion is not a high vibrational energy. So if you feel confused and conflicted, you already know something's wrong. It's not high vibrational.
Or you're not.
Right. Well, the energy, period. That's what I'm saying. And period. The energy is not high vibrational when things are confused and in chaos. And if you call yourself a High Priestess, you have to be willing to forgive. Okay? You can't really do the work without forgiving.
I don't know, with my reading off top, I'm saying 3 nationalities. I'm saying all of this is feminine energy. And you could be a man or a woman. But I'm saying Italian. I'm saying a brunette of some sort. Long hair, brunette could be you. And I'm saying somebody definitely from Middle Eastern region, maybe even India. But You got the Three of Wands, Page of Wands to the real promise. So somebody, you definitely have a gift upon you that you had since you was a child. Like my Page of Wands is a gifted seed card, right? Could have been mischievous, right? So you could be a person that move in dark energy. It doesn't mean you evil. It just means that your energy might be dark or assertive or curious even. Page of Wands. Nevertheless, you moving with a real promise, meaning that you are who you say you are, basically. Whoever this is. Like, it's something about you, very magical, and it's very old. It's been with you your whole life. It says, release the chains of the past and dance the rhythm of possibility. You're being told to explore yourself, to get out of you whatever you have. And you look at this Page of Wands. She got a wand and everything.
Very explosive.
You know, and then you got Six of Wands. You could be a fire sign. You don't have to be. But you got the Six of Wands in reverse. And it's being clarified by one last move. So now you're being called to persevere. You're being called to understand that when you almost about to shift something, or you almost about to arrive, or something is almost about to come in, it gets hardest at that. That's when it gets really hard. And it's not just somebody just saying that, right? Because somebody like, well, it's hard and it been hard. Well, if it been hard, if something about the shift, it's gonna get even harder.
Yeah.
So just remember that. Because even though it been hard, when it's about to shift, it's gonna be even harder. Because that's just the way that it works sometimes. But the Six of Wands is in reverse to the one last move. I feel like your breakthrough is there. Like, it could also be something that's trying to. The Six of Wands speaks of secrecy as well. So it could be something that's in the dark that's about to come out with the one last move. This could literally be your spirit team telling you, look, hold tight. One last move, like everything. Because the Six of Wands in reverse is telling me, I don't feel dishonor. I feel hidden secret when I'm looking at it. So it could definitely be something hidden in this energy. And then you have the Four of Pentacles, and it's being clarified by ignite your soul. So I'm going to tell you, don't hold back. This is not the time where you want to hold back, right? And however that resonates for you, right? Don't go searching your mind. That has to resonate. If I'm telling you to ignite your soul and don't hold back, then if it's not resonating, that means it's not for you. But if it's hitting you and you know exactly what I'm speaking about, I'm talking about that. Because the Four of Pentacles is telling me that somebody is in a mode of you holding yourself back in a certain way. You could even be holding on to your money real tight, right? And your money won't work for you when you hold it real tight.
Somebody definitely ain't putting that purse on the floor.
Yeah, somebody, you got your money, you holding up your money real tight, right? And maybe you need to, all right, so I get it as well. You know, you could be needing to take a few of your pennies and go get some spiritual things for yourself, you know, because it's saying ignite your soul, the footnote, embrace the mysteries of life, stay open-minded and embrace the wisdom that unfolds from every experience. Yeah, at least take your money and educate yourself. Buy a book or two. Like my wife, she bought us the Ethiopian Bibles and things, you know, but spend a little bit of your money to help you get where you need to be at. Four of Pentacles. Look at that. Somebody, that's you. That's how you got your money. Look, she ain't letting up of nothing. Well, spend that money. Spend that money and let it work for you.
Okay. I got justice coming out here, and then we got breakthrough. Okay, I love that. That means that, you know, this breakthrough is your justice for all the things that you've gone through, you know how those days you were sitting there, you were crying, and you were thinking like, why me? Those days that, you know, you felt like, am I the only one in the world going through this? Like those things that you went through, they were for a reason. And, you know, it's part of your breakthrough. It's justice. Someone could literally be going through some kind of legal battle, some kind of court case, and I feel like this will be justice for you, okay? Right? You know, things are going to be balanced out. The scales are here. That's when things are fair and just, okay? Now, of course, if you are on the wrong side of the case, then you already know what it is. Like, I don't have to tell you. We all know that everything we do has a consequence, right? But for someone, this is a breakthrough. It's justice because you deserve this. Because of everything that you've gone through, you're still standing. You're still happy. You're still able to smile. You know how hard it is for some people to just smile every day? Trust yourself. Okay? So I love this for you. Breakthrough, you know? I don't know. Someone has their sword drawn, you know? I feel like, you know, you've been attacked for so long that, you know, you're ready. Like, you know, if an intruder comes this time, you're ready to stand up for self. You know, you're ready to speak your case justice. Someone could be going to law school or something like that. Someone could be needing to go to law school. You could be a private detective, okay? One of those kind of people that you might not have a degree, but baby, you know how to pull some things up, something like that. Okay, there's a breakthrough here though. And then we have expectation and we have the Six of Swords coming out in the reverse. So I feel like, you know, this is a mindset thing. You know, if you expect to, you know, if you expect challenges, they're gonna come. I mean, they're gonna come anyway, right? But I feel like, you know, it's all in your mind. Like if you are expecting to not get to the other side, it may be a lot more challenging. But if you go in thinking like, you know what, I'm about to make it to the other side, then, you know, with the expectations, it's easier to get there. Okay. Then we also have the Five of Swords here to acknowledge. I feel like somebody needs to acknowledge that it is World War III, spiritual warfare. We are in World War III, and we're fighting against a lot of things spiritually. Sometimes you want to fight things that you can't even see, right? It's a feeling that overcomes because of spiritual warfare. We're fighting things that we cannot see, even in self. You know, those parts of us that we don't want seen by the world, we're trying to fight those back. You know, those bad habits. There's a lot of fighting here. Just acknowledge, to learn to bless others and recognize your own efforts. Okay? You know, recognize your own efforts. Don't expect people to recognize everything that you're doing. People are not here to praise you, you know? So sometimes you have to pat your own self on the back. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, you know what, you're doing a great job, to keep going. Acknowledge. Okay. Also understand that there are some things that are fighting against you that you can't fight. You got, you know, you might have to go into prayer. You know, you have to put on your armor in some situations, but I feel like a lot of us need to be aware and acknowledge the fact that it is spiritual warfare. If you are trying to get yourself together, challenges will keep coming. How are you addressing the challenges, approaching the challenges is what matters right now. Okay? But justice is here, one way or another. Things will be fair and just because that's the land of the law of the land.
You got Two of Wands to the getting better, right? So I want to say, you better than you was. Like, Two of Wands to the getting better is telling me, like, maybe, you know, I'm seeing a lot of starting and a lot of starting over. A lot of stopping and a lot of starting over. But I just want to tell somebody, it doesn't matter. Especially when you're trying to kick habits, or you're trying to get better, or you're trying to just lock into a certain place. When you got to start over, it's not the end. A lesson is learned. As long as you move forward, every start over, it counted for something, right? It's just that when you give up, it doesn't count. So somebody, you're getting better. Like, look, again, Two of Wands. This is you starting again, right? Getting better. And it requires that. Like what the Bible say, a righteous man falls 7 times, you know? So basically what all of that is basically saying, your ability to get up and shake back is what counts. It's what makes you get better in the end, right? 8 of Cups to the worthy goal. See, like somebody, you moving with it. Like you moving with it, right? And I just want to say, in the Eight of Cups, it's like when you abandoning old ways of thinking and you moving into new ways of thinking, right? You moving on up, you moving up, and the goal is worthy. Like, don't ever let nobody, because people will try to come to you and make it seem like you playing around in life, or make it seem like what you doing holds no value, right? Especially when people, okay, I'm gonna speak to it. Especially when people find a way to come up with a lot of money, right? But what you working on don't necessarily mean a lot of money. It could mean a lot of wealth. Spiritually, it could mean, well, a lot of time people will try to make you seem like you playing around with life because your focus is very much different than what theirs is, right? So you just gotta understand your goal is worthy. Don't be deterred by what people think. For real, because sometimes people want what you got. I'm gonna tell you that, right? And don't let this world fool you and be up. If you are moving in healthy energy, right? Healthy energy is the most valuable thing on the board. Let's get that clear. Health is the most valuable thing on the whole board of life. Mm-hmm. Health is the most valuable thing. So if you have that, mental health, physical health, right? Just understand that, and don't let nobody convince you who got money but maybe not healthy. Don't let them convince you that what you have, right? Because people trick you out your spot like that.
That's proven. There's a book written by a doctor in Johns Hopkins Hospital. And, some of the wealthiest people go to Johns Hopkins because, they have Miss Henrietta Lacks for the medicine there, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people go to Johns Hopkins for, different things, and they have a lot of money, a lot of very wealthy people, but they can't buy, their health back, So all the money in the world doesn't equate to being able to get up and walk every day.
Yeah, I just feel like somebody, I'm saying a very brown skinned person, right? So you could be very brown skinned, very cinnamon toned, right? But nevertheless, I feel like you have a worthy goal, and what you're doing, you can have, don't let people trick you into thinking that, what you're doing is invalid or you playing around with life. Seriously, like, people do that. And then that have you off your goal. And think about it. If a person can manage to get you off your Eight of Cups, but you ain't trying to be on what they on, so it's going to put you in limbo. And a lot of times, that's all the enemy want to do is get you off wherever you headed, to get you off of that, right? And then it says, temperance in reverse to the rough road. And this is speaking, I'm going to speak to somebody. We all get knocked off balance. It's about your shake back game. Remember I just said that? You got to be able to let restoration come. Because temperance in reverse to the rough road, I just see that life is knocking, life could have you knocking you off, it does it to us all. You get knocked off balance, you get knocked off track. You have days where you in your absolute demon, right? You ain't mean to be, but you just find yourself in a bad place some days. Now, what the trick of the enemy is trying to do is convince you that that day is the summary of your life. That day is defining you. The energy that, we all end up in our demon. On some days, it just happens. So we all suffer imbalance, but it's about getting it back. Prepare carefully before you continue, for it's a long journey ahead.
Somebody could be living in their van. Somebody could have left their home, sold their home, packed up, and be living a van life. They could be traveling across the world. Something like that. Or this could be something that someone's thinking about. Someone could be thinking about, like, I really want to explore. I'm willing to pack up and go. I'm seeing this for someone, or someone could be doing this currently. Okay. We also got the Eight of Cups and the Fool in reverse. This is contradicting energy, because this is the energy where you should be willing to just go. Like, your spirit is telling you to go, move, to do, but you could be allowing fear, false expectations appearing real to stop you in your tracks, right? So I don't know. We got let go with the Eight of Cups. Okay, someone could have walked away from drinking, or you could be needing to walk away from the alcohol. You know, me and my husband love to say, we seen a thing one time and it says that alcohol, a man drinks the alcohol, but the alcohol drinks the man. You know, alcohol is a spirit. Beer, wine is spirits. They always put everything in plain sight. You know, if you go to a liquor store or a bar, where I'm from in Maryland and Baltimore, I remember seeing beer, wine, and spirits, and I could never understand why the spirit, right? Well, I was too immature to understand that, alcohol is a spirit, alcohol, and when you drink it, it turns you into a different person. Well, I feel like somebody could be tired of this. Somebody's like, I want change. I want something different, and I'll tell you, when you get this feeling, because I felt it before, when you get that feeling of change, you want to stop, you really feel like solid about doing something. Oh boy, here comes the evil and self and enemy, the enemy. Here comes temptation. Here comes all kinds of things. So you could be feeling this energy. You could be feeling like, I know it's time for me to do a thing, but I feel resistant. When you feel resistant to do something, often it's because it's what you're supposed to be doing. Right? The things we really, really, really want to do are not normally conducive to anything towards our purpose. But I feel like here, fresh start, there's a fresh start on the other side for an individual. This ain't resonating with everybody, and it's not supposed to. You could be a man that I'm talking to, divine masculine with the sun. I'm sorry, you could be a woman that I'm talking to with the moon, but I feel like there's masculine energy here. I feel like there could be a man literally walking away from something. Okay, this man, reminds me like when the prophets would have to leave away, they would have to break away. And they would have to go off on their journey. You could be feeling like this, like, is it time for me to go on my journey again? Somebody could be feeling like wanting to really pack up a whole home and just go. Okay. We got open heart here as well. Receptive, empathetic, and vulnerable. Okay. I feel like, this energy is really all about what you want to do with it. You have to allow fear to be moved to the side, and because there's something on the other side for you. That's why it feels so scary. When something feels so scary, it's because it's something so great waiting for you on the other side. But if I can keep you in fear, then you won't get to, the goal, the good. Okay? So don't allow fear to force you out of your spot. Don't allow fear to stop you from taking healthy risks, because I'm seeing somebody needs to take a chance.
All right, so I'm going to run through this right quick and get on out of here. But you got the Ace of Pentacles to the cutting edge. So what I do see is a very sharp mind. Your mind is very keen. Ace of Pentacles to the cutting edge. Very sharp. You could even have a mind that people fear. Very cutting edge, right? So, slice through obstacles and carve a path towards your dreams. I feel like your mind could be your asset, and maybe Spirit is calling you to definitely take care of your mind. Make sure that, you're not doing things that could damage your mental health. And just know that the enemy is going to come for your mind, especially when you have a mind like this, right? That's going to be the battleground of your warfare. So your attack's going to be mental. People do things, say little things, smile and giggle and laugh, rumors, all that, right? A person like you, they might not attack you physically, but they're going to come for you mentally, right? And the reason why I say that is because I feel like warfare, right? That's the only reason why I'm saying that. So don't be fearful or alarmed. Just understand, when you have a sharp mind, the enemy is coming for that, because that's your number one asset. Yeah. So don't be naive to that. Like, always expect that the attack to be mental, right? Because you'll overlook it. Sometimes the enemy try to trick us and we get fearful of physical attack. And then we don't realize more attacks come mentally than in the physical. So, and then this next card, this is advice, right, for somebody. Queen of Wands, seek clarity. So before you go dabbling in your power and your magic, if you go waving the magic wands or you go digging in the magic books, seek clarity first, Queen of Wands, right? Because somebody you got could be a Sagittarius, right? You could be any fire sign, Leo as well, but Sagittarius came out. I feel like before you jump into things and start just, before you start with the Hucklemushundus and, the magic, just see clarity so you know what you're doing. So you know exactly what type of karma you might be stirring up for yourself. So you know how, maybe even energy work, maybe study energy so you can learn the range of what you do. Because sometimes the Queen of Wands can be a naive energy and burn down the whole building. Because look,
all them candles.
She got it. Like, look at this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So when you got it like that, right? Just think of that. You know what that means. If you can understand what that's saying. She got it. She don't need no rituals or none of that, right? It's just already in her, right? So when you like that, you want to seek clarity so you don't burn yourself up and others around you, so to speak. And then the strength in reverse to the gentle release. You just got to let go of things that's draining you. And when it says gentle release, that's not even announcing. Gentle release means like, when you, all right, say, okay, I'm going to give you a demonstration and then I'm going to get out of here. Say you got things that's linked into you and you know they draining you. Mm-hmm. They siphoning your energy. You sit down with the ancestors, your spirit team, God, whoever, and you come to the realization, all right, this is draining me. Mm-hmm. So what do? You gently release it. You don't announce it. You just, boom, I'm taking that out. I'm letting that go. I'm letting that go. I'm letting that go.
Yeah. It's
not about saying, I need to cut you off. You don't gotta do all that. You just, I'm gonna release that. I'm gonna release this. I'm gonna release the things that I'm holding on to. I'm just gonna release them. Because something is draining your strength. And the spirit is saying, let yourself surrender to the flow of life's mysterious currents, right? Even when it's time to let something go, it can be a mysterious current. Like, why is God showing me that this is draining me? So that you can let it go. Mm-hmm. Not that you can go speak and announce to it, but you can let it go, right? Especially things that you're not locked in a commitment with. Now, keep in mind, when you're in a commitment with things, you have to honor your commitments. You can't let go of things that you already committed to. Yeah. You got to settle them. Yeah. They known as affairs. But when you have things that you have no contract with, you just associate with it, or it's just linked to you, you gently release those things and then you keep on moving. Because to announce certain things is to stir up warfare.
And I remember we started off the message and I told you Spirit said silence. Mm-hmm. Everything doesn't need to be announced when we do things. Our energy and our presence is felt when it's there and when it's removed. So some things don't have to be announced. Silence.
Just imagine if you sneaking up on an enemy and you trying to get his head off of him, right? You're not going to scream, "Here I come." You're just going to ease up.
Here I go.
And then gently release off with the head, right?
Period.
On a spiritual level. So the same way. All right, y'all.
Good stuff. Yay, 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 yay. God just told you silence. Boom, confirmation. Confirmation for the sisters. Hey, y'all. We sending you so much love back. Miss Hughes. Hey. Shout out to, there was somebody in their dad's birthday. Shout out to your dad. Happy heavenly birthday. I didn't catch his name, but happy heavenly birthday to your daddy. We are so connected. Hey. Thank you guys for your love, your energy, your time, your comments. like to be a blessing to our channel, all of our information is listed. If you would like a personal session with us, y'all know how to reach us, okay? Hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed, and abundant Tuesday. Thank you guys for showing up for yourself again each and every morning. We love the energy. Hey, hey. And that was your message. Accept or reject it. Hey, but keep your spirit protected. Hey, elemental beings. Trying to save the people from the pain and misery. And this life is not that hard. We be pulling all these cards while we healing all these scars. Hey, hey, you gotta heal to release the pain. Hey, death called me and the reaper came. Hey, hey, you gotta heal to release the pain. We love you guys so, so much. We elemental beings. Hold on, I don't wanna get burned. Elemental beings.